are in love with him here in Louisville. Marcus in the open floor, hops incredible. Here comes Maven off the steal. Oh, my goodness.
Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's get ready for Marcus Maven. You're about midway to the midday with Marcus Maven. And you can call in, I lay back and just listen to Marcus Maven. So sit back and relax and watch Maven.
Break it down like this.
Woo!
Broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services studio. Time for Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's midday with Marcus Maben. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. And people, it's one of those days. I know sometimes we tell you it's one of those days, but it is one of those days. Steve Rummage in the building, Brian Hall in the booth.
It is so good to be back. It's so good to be back. And be back in studio after the week that we had.
Right.
And that was awesome. And to be able to experience that the way I did. But now,
Would you have rather experienced it here, or were you in a better place?
No, you know what? For once, I kind of enjoyed being where I was at because I was able to enjoy it, I think, just as fan for a little bit. And I just became, I'll have to show you the video later I was telling you about. I'm not going to ever post it because it's just so authentic fan, like, in me. Like, watching it, I'm like, wow, I really do love this team, don't I?
Right.
Like, and the thing is, man, it's just being away and being there and being in a place that, like, I love Pigeon Forge. Like, that's right. Like my spot. We're going to go back in a couple months. I love going down there. I just have a lot of good time. And to be there and then to get all this, man, it was perfect. It was perfect. What an awesome week, man.
Brian
I'm so
Hall
happy.
in the booth. Brian, what's going on, my man?
I'm not really sure how to follow that up, man, but I'm excited to have Steve back. You know, I
Thanks,
got
Brian.
to follow a lot of your pictures, and it looked like you were
man.
having a good time.
That's your stomping grounds.
I love Pigeon Forge, too. You know, my parents have a place down there.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm from Tennessee.
We try to go down there.
Well, yeah, but Brian, like, owns cabins in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge.
Fair enough.
Bruce Pearl wanted his cabins.
It's true.
It's a little different.
It's my stomping ground.
Pretty big. Yeah, it's a big one.
It is.
But no, man, I'm glad you had a good time. You missed a lot. Like, me and
You
Marcus
missed
were
everything.
talking.
You missed
and we were
everything,
like, you know
Steve.
what? We should send more, Steve on vacation a little bit more, because every time Steve leaves,
Yeah.
That was
is
the
when-
scary thought, Steve.
is when
Yeah.
good stuff tends to happen, and then he comes back and hopefully nothing happens.
I'm gonna make Marcus really nervous here because he's gonna think I'm gonna blow something, but I'm not going to.
I'm going to make it up to you.
But what is going to happen later today,
Is
around 11 o'clock, is what normally I'm surprised that it worked out, because I knew what was going to happen today was coming. And when we tell you, well, hey, we're talking to people, and we got people, you know, we know people. We're going to have people come and hang out in the show, especially in the summertime, you know. And I thought that this was going to be one that it was going to be like, all right, this is going to be a funny show thing, because I'm going to miss this one. I'm going to be so angry because I missed Reese.
You did miss Reese.
Which Reese, I
missed
know you're
Reese.
listening, and I need you back in so we can do this thing.
Reese was awesome.
I know. Yeah, no, it was great. It was too good. But today is going to be amazing, and I'm just so happy that I got back for this one.
Brian,
Yeah,
we got a big dog coming in today.
that's good news.
Big dog.
Big dog.
Structurally big.
Okay. Is this, these are hints?
He's big.
He's big. Okay.
He's a big guy.
People, tell a friend to tell a freaking friend that at 11 o'clock, maybe a little earlier,
Maybe.
you need to be tuning in.
Yeah.
I'll give you a fair
Does
warning,
Brian know?
unless you told him.
No.
No, Brian doesn't know.
So Brian doesn't know either.
Yeah, so
gonna
Brian
enjoy this.
wants more hints.
Brian's gonna enjoy this.
Okay, let's do this. Everybody's excited to have you back.
Why don't we have some hints?
Like
You're gonna enjoy it.
Steve, listen. You kind of take us back through your experience. I mean, it's Friday. It's a
Oh, my
comfortable
God.
Friday. Take us back through your
Listen.
digestion of Enoch/Jordan Wara.
Listen, before I do any of that, let me just say right now, I tweeted this out, and I'm going to say it on air. I'm not this guy. Like, I'm never the guy. One of my biggest pet peeves is when people take a stance on something and they're just like, yeah, well, if you don't like it, you're stupid.
Right.
You know, and it's like, no, it's just, I don't enjoy that. I mean, it's cool that you do, but,
Right.
well, I'm that guy right now.
I'm listening.
If you enjoy getting on a chairlift, I don't want to be around you.
Really?
Yeah, like you're a psycho. You're a freaking psychopath if you enjoy chairlifts. Look, I was watching it and I was like, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Because the speed didn't look that bad?
No,
Yep.
because I ain't worried about the speed and stuff. And I'm like, look, hey, Steve Enoch come back yesterday. This was the day.
Yeah, the day of.
I'm like, Steve Enoch come back. My life's good. I'm like, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hop on there. Let's go up to this. Let's go up to this thing, man. It's called Anakista. It's in Gatlinburg.
Right.
Awesome place once you get up there. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So I'm standing there, and here comes the thing. You just got to jump up there, and you get on, and Charity jumps on, and he pulls.
People, we
Yeah.
are made for the Villas YouTube channel. Steve is acting out this story as we speak. Fire away.
So you hop on there, and then you pull the bar down, and it's moving all the while.
Already had it connected, but
No, you didn't. Look, see,
cool.
figure it out. Look, I got
What else?
the tech stuff. No, but it's like, here's the thing. It's moving. I jump on there, everything's good, and here we go.
Let's do it.
Let's go, baby.
Is your adrenaline flowing?
No, because I'm like, this is fun. I'm actually excited. And as we're going up, I told my wife, I was like, man, I'm talking.
Really quick.
Yeah.
You never really got a chance to talk about the debate we were having about Steve Enoch being very detrimental to returning to this team over Wara.
Oh yeah. Oh, we can talk about that.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah. And I tell my wife, and it's funny, as we're going up, I'm like, man.
Were you
Jordan-
talking about Steve the whole time,
No,
Steve and Jordan?
I said,
Because I've been doing that a lot lately.
as it was going up, I say, man, Steve, I was like, Steve, come back. I said, Jordan comes back today. Because she was like, when does he, and he's got to announce today,
so
right?
she's involved in the storyline.
She knows, okay, today before midnight, we're going to find out. And I'm like, yeah.
So she wasn't giving you those little slick jokes. The jokes like, I can't believe you're this excited about something.
One of her favorite things to do is travel the NCAA tournament. So she feels
I
invested.
thought you banned her from tournament travel.
Well, yeah. We'll see.
We'll get there. Okay.
Probably not. Yeah,
Right.
she works her way back in, but she loves doing that. So she's invested.
Right.
She knows if Jordan comes back, we got a shot.
I'm making multiple tournament trips.
So we're talking, and I'm like, yeah, this is great. Yeah, everything will be good. About that time, I look down and I'm like, well, we're still going up.
Yeah, we're kind of lifting away.
And now, see, one of the things that creep me out more than anything is when you're going up and you see like this huge pole or something, and you're getting up and you're like, oh my God, this is really high up. And then all of a sudden, when you hit those little things, it's like,
like the different levels.
and you're like rocking,
right?
And you're over nothing, and it keeps going up,
yeah,
and it keeps going up, and I legitimately was like, I'm gonna freak out. Like this isn't a ha-ha.
Ooh.
This isn't a ha-ha.
Yeah.
This is like, I was like, I'm
You have your moments.
Because Charity is even like, and she's not afraid of stuff like that.
Right.
And I look over and she's just staring straight ahead.
Gripping tight?
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm going to freak out on this thing.
Oh, no.
So I pick up my phone and I'm like, I'm going Facebook Live. Because it's the only thing that's going to take my mind off.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Of what's happening.
I did see that too.
Yeah. So I go Facebook Live, and you can go back and watch that, and I think you can legitimately see I'm really about to freak out. And when I shut it off, we were going over the highest point, and I'm like, dude, if we stop right here, I'm gonna die.
Right.
Because they have like little gondola things that they have to stop sometimes to load people in.
Yep.
By the way, I rode that back down. Not as bad. I can do that. I can do that. But we get over this high point, and it stops, and like the whole thing swings. And
it stopped.
And I legitimately, I got off the Facebook Live, and I was just like, this is bad. This is bad. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, it was real. Like I was legitimately terrified.
Like heartbeat.
Yeah.
Elevators.
Like I was like, I'm going to
have a heart attack.
Yes. Yeah. Like I was like, I'm feeling like my mouth was going dry.
Right.
And like I couldn't swallow. Like I was like, I'm terrified right now. It was just the absolute worst thing. I was like, I'm going to fall. Now we're over the woods. I'm not going to fall.
What was the temperature like? Because like, were you personally getting hot, or was it kind of cooler?
No, it was like 90. It was like 94 down there this week. Yeah. And I was like, I'm going to fall in these woods, and I'm not going to die.
Yeah, because that would be too easy.
Yeah. I was like, I'm going to break both legs or something, and I'm going to lay there, and the bears are going to devour me.
You were going all the way through the entire situation.
The worst. When I got off that thing, I legitimately was like, I got off that ski lift and I started looking around Anakista, the place we were at, and I was like, I could live here. I could never come back down. I'm like, can you survive here and just never go back? That's how bad I didn't want to go down.
Right.
I stayed up there for a couple hours. Finally, I was like, I'm going to try one of these gondola things. That's not as bad. Still kind of freaky, but I could go back. If we go back, I could do that because you can kind of look down in the thing and kind of forget where you're at.
Right.
You trick your brain.
Yeah,
like,
there's no depth perception.
Yeah, like I'm just here. But it was legitimately the most terrifying thing in my life. So that was that Facebook Live, I just want to tell people, was so just self-preservation.
Yeah, I saw it, Steve, and it was surprising. Like I saw you go Facebook Live, and for something in my brain to say this is kind of different.
I know.
But I thought you were just kind of adventuring out into the Facebook Live world. I was like, okay, that's awesome, Steve.
I know. Yeah, sure. I mean, because I don't. But the thing. Here's the thing. As we were going though, I was so nervous. We go over there's a thing in the middle, and you go, you kind of, and there's a guy there, and you can't get off there, but you just have to, like, hey,
how's it going?
yeah, I asked him if he knew who Jordan Wall was. That's how nervous I was. He didn't.
He didn't.
I was like, you think Jordan Wall is going to come back to Louisville?
I was going to say, the point being you were preoccupied with Jordan Wall.
But that's all I cared about. And point being, man, the day ended
I got to
amazing.
get back down because what's going to happen is I'm going to be stuck in these woods, and then Jordan Wall is going to take us to the Final Four.
I know. And I'm going to be out in the wilderness trying to find my way back somewhere in the Smokies. That's going to be me.
But here's the thing. If you survive long enough, you're not going to want to come back to civilization. You're going to be like, oh, I'm good now. Right?
I would come back with hair everywhere, just like a wildebeest out of the woods.
What are y'all doing?
Did Louisville win? Yeah, with my banjo.
Yeah, right.
They win it all. So, yeah. Anyways, fun week. Jordan and Steve both came back.
That was exciting.
You couldn't have asked for a better week as a Louisville fan. I mean, you couldn't have. Everything went exactly how you could have dreamed it up. Even with Steve announcing the day before,
right?
Kind of gave you that. Oh yeah,
it gave you.
Yep.
It's kind of like the way we digested the titles vacating of the title.
Yep.
People thought it was I was crapping it, but it was like, dude, we get to everybody played it. They played it locally on the radio. We enjoy that title twice in our lifetime.
Oh yeah,
because everybody enjoyed it again. People hung up banners again. You enjoyed it, so you turned a negative into a positive. The Enoch thing was kind of like we got to enjoy two.
Oh yeah,
Final Four caliber, talent, returnees.
Yes,
for lack of a better word.
No, absolutely.
And I know people listen. I roll my eyes too when I say they're Final Four caliber things, right? But then when I start doing the math, I'm saying, Marcus, stop rolling your eyes. This is really the level you're at here. right?
Texter says, I'll go fund me for a cruise for Steve for the entire month of March. That's funny.
If all this good stuff is happening
That's funny.
when you're gone.
Yeah.
But okay, we got to enjoy the announcement.
Yeah.
Back to back.
Well, because Tuesday was awesome. I mean, getting that story broke here, basically. I mean, I know you don't love to say it, but I mean, with Steve's dad, it's funny. I think you've talked to Steve's dad since then, so everything's good.
But I did check.
I know.
Listen,
I know, because we don't do that. We
right.
really don't. You know, and we get criticized.
I wanted to make it clear to him.
Yeah.
Did you hear Brian throw a brass under the bus? Mm-mm. Oh yeah, Brian snitched
when
yesterday and told the world.
I didn't listen to anything after I got off.
Brian Hall told the world that we were pressured into that one.
That's fact.
Yes. Listen, we were pressured into it.
Hey,
but
I pull back the curtain a lot, all right?
That's why they listen to 93.9, because
I know, and because we just don't. I don't know. We like to keep a relationship.
That's why today's show is going to be so awesome.
Right. No, it is going to be really good. And so to kind of get that added a little sweetness to it.
Mm-hmm.
But just to kind of get that on Tuesday and then all day, and now you're like, okay. You woke up Wednesday.
Yeah, your momentum is like,
and it's like today's the day, you know.
But and the only thing that was going to stop the momentum is you just were afraid of the sports gods.
Yeah, and I'll admit, even having a pretty good idea, he was coming back. I still throughout the day was like, I don't know, man.
At what point did you
the longer the wait goes, the more you say.
Okay, so what did you think about that? What did you think about the time of the announcement?
Say him?
I don't think so. You'll know. At what point did you think the timing of the announcement was good or bad? Like, I mean, how was that?
I'll be honest. When the two Kansas kids said they were coming back, I was like, okay, he's not coming back. That was the first time.
Because you were saying that it was predicated on what other people were doing.
Well, because I thought that's 2 first-round spots.
But doesn't that just tell you how many people are actually getting in the draft? How many draftable candidates with awesome numbers who played at awesome schools are in the draft?
Yeah.
There's only 60 spots.
I know. And I do think Jordan made a good decision, but there was a point there. And then I kind of, after that come out, I said, okay. I knew he was going to wait. We said that on the show last week. I said, I would be shocked if he does anything before that evening. I told my wife.
Just for the record. Keep going.
Okay. Somebody else too?
Yeah. Everybody.
Oh.
Keep going.
Okay. But yeah. So I, or do we call it wore a notch? Everybody says Nora.
All right.
Okay.
No
watch.
Facts. Keep going.
Wore a no watch. But around 7 o'clock when I started diving in. And it's funny because after the Kansas thing, the two Kansas kids and the one transferred, was weird. But I said, okay, he's probably leaving. Like it kind of started,
right? Because it was just open.
Because
it was just opening up. It just started opening up.
And then, but then when that video, when that video came out, it was just when he said sorry for the wait. I knew you knew right then.
Right.
You were like, okay, he's back. He's back.
Why didn't you just believe me when I told you that the decisions tweet 2 days earlier?
Yeah.
That was enough. You don't do that.
You're right.
Now I understand that they were still trying to make more like your agent's working, Jordan's still working, he's getting meetings. Like I understand you're still trying to get in front of as many eyes as possible. But what I'm telling you is decisions ... Humans don't do that to other humans. You know what I'm saying? I don't tell you, Steve, that I'm going to decide if I want to do a show with you, but I'm thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't tell you, you know what I'm saying, that I'm debating
right
if you're my guy or somebody, like you just don't do that.
No,
you're
right.
And if you do that, it was going to be the easiest. It was going to be the easiest. Good job, Jordan. Go be great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I would agree with
Because
that.
that means you had to go.
And I'm sorry, by the way, let me apologize right now. I have a terrible cough today.
Get
So
it
if
together.
you hear Candy, it's Halls. And it's
Get it
I would
together,
ruin the
Steve.
show if I didn't do it. So I'm sorry ahead of time. But anyways, yeah.
Video comes out.
Video comes out, says
Sorry for the wait.
sorry for the wait. And then, And
Did you watch the video immediately?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I did. I got the news. I took a sigh of relief. I went and got a drink. I took my time.
I watched the video immediately and had react, and just here's the thing. I wouldn't trade it for any other way that it happened.
Right.
Wait it out till the evening, and I thought that was perfect, man. I really did. I thought it was perfect. So
You made a joke about Max setting the whole thing up. Do you believe that, or is it just kind of ha-ha?
a little bit haha, but I do think that Jordan didn't make a decision probably till that day. But why release it then? Okay, let's let everybody get it out there. And like you said, let's in peak time. Let's say, okay.
Peak Twitter hours. Let's let that thing loose.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I know you've been missing this one. This guy has been dying to get back in touch with you on the Bill at Scorns and Sons Collision Center hotline. Lawrence, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away, my man.
What's up, Steve? What's up, Marcus?
What's good, man?
I just wanted to ask, what do you think is going to be the biggest battle in Louisville on basketball practice? Jordan versus Sam Williams, or Enoch versus Dayon?
Appreciate the call, Steve.
Well, Malik's probably
Isn't
wondering where he is.
that so exciting?
Yeah.
Isn't that so exciting that you have real deal, full wage competition?
Oh, big time. Big time because
I went crazy yesterday because I said, how much fun is it that Dwayne Sutton was the best player at least 50% of the games, and we're not even talking about it.
Oh, no, right. See, I was going to say, I mean, imagine how good Dwayne Sutton's going to be for somebody like David Johnson, Josh Nickelberry. Josh Nickelberry and Dwayne Sutton, those battles. And here's the thing. Through the summer, you're going to have players come back. Where do you think Jay Scrubb goes during the summer? You don't think he's going to be here playing?
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, he's not on the team this year. We did offer him, though, this week. That was, I think that's big.
I didn't know if you got a chance to talk about that.
Yeah, no, I didn't, but they did throw out the offer there to him. And that would be.
Is D'Angelo Russell ours?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
He will.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, summertime battles. Loading up right now.
Yeah, so, I mean, and then, like I said, you're going to get some of the OGs coming back. There's one today I'd be interested to see how would mess around with them.
Listen, let's stay on point. Let's stay on time, because here's the thing, people. When our guest joins us, it might be our last commercial break. You don't want to miss this. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Actually, you'd probably be better off enjoying this on the YouTube channel once you see who's coming in. Middays with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number on 93.9 The Ville.
At the DFH company, they know you got lucky last summer. You limped your AC unit to the finish line, but now it's time to face reality. You need a new system.
Thanks to George and Barano's by the Bridge for dropping off some pizza to the ESPN Louisville studios. Perfect for graduation parties this weekend. Congratulations.
Steve, the last 48 hours, actually before the last 24 hours, my air condition went out, Steve. It was absolutely brutal. Luckily, I did not have to call DFH. They had 24 hours, though, before I was going to call them. So, people, what do we do here at the station if there's a problem? We call DFH Company. They're fast, they're good, and they're reliable. And if you need to go to the bullpen for a new system, it's hard to stop a train. So call DFH 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions subject to credit approval.
Not only did I hear that, but Charity was like, call Marcus and tell him if he needs to come over. I was like, I know.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those situations where you say, you know, you look in the mirror and you say, if you can't handle
Yeah.
a 78-degree evening,
Right.
because it's a little too hot,
I know.
you got the problem. Like,
yeah, but there's nothing sucks like being hot. Like
yeah,
that,
right. But like I legitimately, Steve, had that angry moment at myself because I was sitting there like cursing, like stupid heater, you know, bleep, bleep,
Yeah.
you know, the complex, you know, all these people. Like I was really mad, and right in the middle of me being mad, I'm like, you are just the worst, Marcus.
I know.
You're just the worst.
I know.
Here you are. It's one of those, you live in the United States of America where air condition is something to complain about.
Yes.
Like I had that true moment, and it was just like, dude, I don't care. Listen, when it reaches 95 degrees, you know what I'm saying, or something like even my fan worked. So I'm like, it's not like you're not getting circulation.
Sure, and that helps.
Yeah,
that helps.
you're getting wind. Like, dude.
The worst time for me would be at night.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks.
But you can take the fan and put your sheet over it and it blows up under there.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
There's enough things you can do
Makes it okay.
to get through.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
A night or two of a little uncomfortable.
That's fair. It's like our
temperature.
heat went out right in the middle of the winter. It was terrible, but it was only like for 2 days. I was like, we can put a heater in here. And
I know. Put a blanket on. You know, like double up on the blankets or something. Like, my goodness.
Of course, we had a newborn, but whatever.
Newborns are very resilient.
Yeah, figure it out.
They're very, very resilient people. So we got all the legwork out the way.
Yep.
Listen, when our guest comes in,
Yeah, we'll take a quick one and
will we?
maybe let him get set up.
Maybe. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe. But here's the thing. I want to knock down all the outside stories before our guest comes in because I don't think we'll be able to return after this.
Right.
Okay. Louisville got another commitment.
They did?
Do you have the name?
No.
Des.
I don't know.
I had it. Georgia kid. I was watching this YouTube. Brian Hall. You did
Desmond Tell.
Desmond Tell, right?
Go to Rivals. Mark Ennis to tell you.
Listen, here's the point, though.
Got non-official visitors this weekend. You can read about it on Rivals.
The point is that I didn't know the name, and that's the point I wanted to make.
Okay.
So we're at the point where all we're doing is looking at stars.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you do with recruits.
Sure.
Look at stars. If you're not really into the recruiting, you just hear about them, you notice the stars, and then you move on.
Well,
Right?
that's not the only thing I look at, but I don't know if I want to step on your point.
Yes, you were
Okay.
going to step on my point
All right.
because you know exactly what, and it's necessary for you and I to preface this conversation with, we don't mean to hurt any feelings, but it is what it is.
Right.
Oh, he's only this star.
Mm-hmm.
That's first.
Sure.
Number two.
Which he's a 3-star, by the way. I mean.
Number two.
Okay.
Oh, let's see who's recruiting him. Oh, it's only them, and them, and them.
Sure.
Right? Okay. That's your second mistake.
Okay.
In football.
Right.
I forget number three, but it's number three. The first two are the only important ones.
Sure.
Number three was probably me just throwing a zinger somewhere about, comparison to recruiting classes and different coaches and who's the genius and who's not the genius.
Absolutely.
And the development and was the attitude.
Yeah.
You and I, when you look at a player, and you see angry guy, right? Who maybe not, who doesn't look fast but looks angry, and you know what we do? We look around him, right?
Okay.
When you see a guy and you're wondering about his recruiting status, you look at who's to his left and who's to his right.
Absolutely.
Remember the quarterback?
Yeah, Webb, T. Webb.
T. Webb. You remember I said it's not T. Webb and how he looks. It's to the left of him is Trevor Lawrence, and to the right of him is
Another
Puma Pass.
top kid. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm taking that middle guy almost without even looking at him.
Sure.
Because your environment is so much more important in the recruiting process. With that being said, don't waste your time starring guys with a recruiter like Satterfield.
Yeah.
Location, location, location.
Yeah.
Carver High School. Tell your story again, Steve. His wide receiver is going to said school.
Yeah.
His tight end is going to be at Mississippi State.
Was he from Carver?
No. I'm talking about Puma Pass.
Okay.
When
I was
you,
like, oh, wow,
when you
that's
went
cool.
to right.
Yeah.
When you went to see Puma Pass,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
the defense that Puma was going against had guys going here, guys going there. So here's the problem. Everybody at Carver or Macon, Georgia, or Duluth, Alabama, there's so much talent
That's a fact.
that nobody can be 3 stars unless you're the stupid of the stupidest.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you know how I mean that, people. I am purposely going lingo, football lingo.
Right.
There are so many Division I talented kids at Carver and Macon and Atlanta, Georgia. I mean, just the concentration and population says you have more talent here.
Oh, no doubt.
So 3-star, like I'm telling you, and I hate it because every time we say this, I know the local coach is saying, don't forget about us. And we have guys that are all our, your second string guy is not as good as second string guy at Carver.
Yeah, but and that doesn't mean that there's not players locally that could go anywhere in the country and play.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, that's a fact, but it's kind of like we say with Louisville football. What the one difference is, if you told me all 22 starters were going to be fresh all year long with no injuries,
We're good.
and every game there would be no fatigue,
Right.
I would say, they can compete with anybody.
Right.
I mean, you may not be Clemson and,
Right.
teams like that, but
Because they're loaded for years and years. And
yeah,
years,
but you can compete with anybody. But yeah, it's a little bit of depth. I think it's the same thing here.
When you get a coach, the first thing you ask in football over anything else, where is his stomping grounds?
Yeah.
A assistant coach, what areas does he recruit is more important than the star of the guy he has, right?
100%.
Miami Northwestern former high school coach gets hired because he recruits the hoods of Dade County.
Yeah.
The hungriest, most competitive, and these are the kids of the fastest men of the last 30 years. All your Deion Sanders, and I'm not saying it like they're just having kids, but I'm saying your speed of the last 30 years and the kids of the speed of the last 30 years still live in Miami. And the coaches that grew up knowing Dwayne Johnson and Warren Sapp and Michael Irvin and Deion Sanders, and they've been picking through these youth leagues.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what's important. When I see Georgia and 2-star, I'm like, cool, let's do it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I go straight to location too.
Right.
And you made a good point with the assistant coach too. When you look at an assistant coach, you say,
we don't ask Luke Murray, what's your stomping ground? Luke Murray went and got Samuel Williams out of Texas.
Yeah.
And then he went and got somebody out of North Carolina.
Right. But in football, you do.
In football, that's the number one.
So this kid, I mean, I think, and here's one thing I will say, Satterfield and them, I do like that they seem to be putting a little bit of a footprint in Georgia.
Right.
Yeah, so that's a place where if you can go and pick off some kids that aren't going to Georgia, that aren't going to Georgia Tech, that aren't going to Auburn. Auburn's a big.
And also what people have to realize and what they have to see is that okay, let's say you got a couple of those guys to Appalachian State, right? Mm-hmm. You also had them working out in Appalachian State level facilities.
Sure.
What you have now at the University of Louisville, while you had 7 guys rotating on 1 or 2 machines, right? Mm-hmm. Now you have 2 guys rotating on a full station, and you have a podium with your strength and conditioning coach that can keep his eye on 40 men side by side working out. Alabama, like you have resources to individually concentrate on every station, on every personal development. So Satterfield and the growth that he got out of an Appalachian State environment is different now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So think about that every time you see a signee.
Yeah.
See I don't know, I don't know if it's competing with this level. Like you have to do that.
No, I think so. Like I said, and then you make a footprint in there, and it's what will happen is places like that is as you now perform on the field, you'll never go down there and dominate recruiting. But what you will do,
unless Georgia folds.
Yeah, and even then, in the South, I mean, am I wrong? In the South, even then you won't. I mean, they'll still get kids that grow up and they're like, no, I'm going to Georgia. No,
because the parents did it.
Yeah. But what you will do is all of a sudden now you will go there and you'll get 1 that was going to go to Georgia or 2 that was going to go there.
Yeah. The guy who maybe could start at Georgia, but there's 2 other possible starters. Sure. So I want to go play now.
Right.
I like putting my name in the record book. Yeah. So I want to go to Louisville.
And then you say, wait a minute, who's up there? Oh, Des Tell, T-Web. Oh, yeah, man, I remember playing against them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll check it out. So that's what they're doing, man. And I think it's a good step forward. I really do. And I was happy with the commitment. Of course, his D-line. That's a spot you need.
Right. But that's why I didn't care about the name and I didn't care about the stars. The video says you're used to playing with good players.
Sure.
I know that. I see that. I tell you what, let's not waste any more time. Let's just take that last break.
Yeah, we're going to do it now. Then
get it ready, Brian Hall. Cue that break. Again, people, you going to play us out or not? Either way. Again, people, you probably want to digest this one on the YouTube channel, but if not, make sure you got your app right. Make sure you got the ESPN Louisville. However you usually listen to Middays with Marcus Maben. And listen, call your friends and say, man, Marcus and Steve, they got something going on. I don't know quite what it is, but we need to be tuned in.
This one's going to be fun. Look, I will say this one's going to be fun because there's a lot of questions that I think when we have interviews set up that I say I'm legitimately excited to hear the answers to a couple of these questions. I know that them are ones that I'm like, okay, this is going to be good. It's going to be good. So we should have a good time.
Middays with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number on 93.9 The Ville.
4-star offensive lineman, a quarterback from Arizona, and 2 grad transfers. You can read a full article about all the visitors on Louisville's Rivals site. Keep it locked here. Middays with Marcus Maben is next. This is SportsCenter.
Guys, you know it's easy to endorse something you believe in, but when it's your money, well, now we're getting serious, right? Luke Hancock here. That's why what I'm going to tell you right now is so important. Just as happy about me getting married as I am. But seriously, Hank and Ashley Davis created an incredible, one-of-a-kind diamond engagement ring that sent my Kaylin over the moon. But seriously, talk is cheap. When it's your money, it becomes a whole nother matter. If it's your time to pop the question, it's about getting every penny's worth, isn't it? Guys, go see my jewelers, Davis Jewelers, Louisville's largest fine jeweler. If I did it, so can you.
Davis Jewelers. From anywhere in Kentuckyana, we're at Forest Green Boulevard, just off North Hurstbourne Parkway, and at davisjewelers.com.
This is Marcus Maben, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville from the OPC Services Studio.
You're listening to Middays with Marcus Maben, broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services studio on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. Again, people, baseball regional action starts tonight. It's supposed to be a beautiful night. Beautiful evening. 6 o'clock, 5:50, but who's counting? Also, the NBA playoffs on ESPN Louisville. They will be also brought to you by Geico of Louisville, Baptist Sports Medicine, Pierno's Pizza, and UPS Jobs. Steve, have you been paying attention to the Reds as of late?
Yes, I have.
You've been excited about
Been
that?
watching quite a bit. Yeah, I've actually been excited about them all year, man. I think that they've got guys. I've been saying it all along. I'm like they're. I know
They should be winning.
Yeah, they're not getting. You're not watching games going. They just don't have the players.
Right.
You know, like they have the players. They it's just.
They need to pick up Cameron Maben if the Yankees don't do the right thing.
That would be awesome. That'd be awesome. But I mean, he's. I don't know. Red's got
Locker room is what I mean.
Yeah, that would be good.
He's a locker room
Look
guy.
at me. Look how quick dude. I stabbed somebody right in the back. Like, I mean, I like him, but
See what I'm saying?
Red's alpha right now, dude.
See what I'm saying?
Senzel, dude, doing his thing there in center field.
You're missing chemistry. That's the difference between winning and losing.
No, and that's fair. But no, I like them. I like what they're doing. I think they're right there. I mean, I think if they can keep it together, man, it'll be all right.
I felt so bad for Cameron Maben because he was absolutely dying with the rain out.
I know.
Yeah, just every game.
You don't think about that, man, when you're trying to make a team, when you're like rainouts, other dudes are getting to play.
It costs you a day, yeah.
While he's not getting to play. Like, yeah, a little thing. I almost bought you a Yankees hat down in Pigeon Forge, too.
No need.
I know.
Cam's on deck. Cam, give me my hat.
Yeah, come on, man. Or the headphones. Something's got to come back.
Yeah, right.
Something's got to come in the mail from New York City from Cam Maben.
That's a fact. So, Steve, while we're waiting on our guest,
sure,
I feel like I'm sitting at the Jeff Ruby's waiting. Sir, would you like to order water or something?
No, somebody's coming.
Yeah, I promise.
Oh, really? So don't look like it. No, seriously, they're really coming.
Yeah, one of the last times I went out and I was meeting my guy Kevin Smiley.
Yeah.
I got hit with that from are you sure you're waiting for somebody?
Yeah.
Listen, had it been anybody else, that waitress would have convinced me that I'm about to get stood
up.
But
you knew Smiley.
Yeah. I'm like, this is
Yeah. It'd be like if I'm like, dude, I'm coming to Fiesta time. Dude, I'll be I almost called you last night.
So let's meet. Let's go over there.
I almost did because me and Elijah after training we're gonna be coming back through around 7:30, 8, and I was like, man, it's like that sounds good.
How's that going?
It's good.
Training was
working hard, man. Yeah, out there at Top Recruit, they're doing and look, and I'm paying. That's not even an advertisement. Right. I'm just paying there, but they're You just look right now.
Right.
It's not even enter faster yet. I mean, you're just like, dude, you look right. You're running right. Yeah, so.
Speaking of running right, okay, Louisville basketball looks like it seems to be on the right track, as far as depth, as far as rosters. Okay, but here's the question. Before you went or during your time on vacation, you kind of brought up the subject of the people who are going to try to over pressurize the team.
Yeah.
Now, and I say it always agitates me because if you don't over pressurize any other people, don't over pressurize this Louisville team who let's say it, NIT, first round loss.
Sure.
Come on, don't do that. You're not allowed. I kind of have this attitude. You're not allowed to over pressurize this team, but I can.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what I say. As a fan, yes, I do have expectations now with this team. Yeah, no, a first-round exit's not going to be okay. A second-round exit's probably not going to be okay. I mean, is it going to be the national?
Is it going to be the national? Because here's the thing. You don't want Coach Mack to turn into, under-deliver guy. And when you start getting
but he can. You go lose to an 8 seed or a 7 seed, yeah.
Right. You turn into under-deliver guy.
Yes. Yeah, and I mean, let's not. As much as I love Mac, and I think we're rolling. Yeah, no, he don't have but a couple more, 2 more of those, and the narrative is now full go.
Nationally or locally?
Nationally, and I love him. But I mean, at the end of the day, we watch Wisconsin knock you out as a 2 seed. We watch Florida State knock you out as a 1 seed. I mean, if I watch Seton Hall knock you out as a 2 seed in the second round, or a 1 seed with Louisville, I mean, no, the narrative will start. It'll start locally and it'll start nationally.
Is there something that's on this team like a deficiency that would give him a pass right now in your mind?
No.
Point guard.
Yeah, but I mean,
would an injured point guard give him a pass?
Yeah, but see, and I know this is going to be such a terrible thing, but you can't be hypocritical with that. I mean, you can't look back and say, I mean, what do you think Kentucky was this year? And he didn't have a point guard. It was a deficiency there.
But you had a point guard that you ran off, kind of deficiency. Yeah. So you got to own letting him go.
Sure. Or
running him off.
But I mean, I think that Louisville's got sufficient amount of point guards. I mean, so
are you more confident in Darius being the backup point guard, or you think one of the freshmen will step into that role?
Well, there's only one freshman that can step into that role. That's David. I don't think that anybody else coming in there. I mean, we have guys that can bring the ball up, but not play point guard. I mean, David can, but if David can, then that means you have 4 guys in Fresh, Darius, David, and Ryan that should be capable at some point of running point guard. So
you're gonna put Ryan in there?
Yeah.
Or are you gonna put
Ryan at center?
Are you putting him in developing point guard?
No. Like if I need a guy to run point for a few minutes, Ryan can run point. Ryan can get into the lane, can throw an oop. Ryan can get into the lane, but all college basketball player like Ryan can play. Ryan can. Well, if he was my starter and 30 minutes a game, then I'm like, this is not good.
Yeah.
But Ryan, for a few minutes at a time at point guard, please, he can do that all day.
Why are people sleeping on Nickelberry, is what Texter says.
Oh, I don't think anybody's sleeping on Nickelberry. Nickelberry's just not a point guard. I mean, and now people may be sleeping on him just like, I can agree with the Texter.
Is that more of roster being kind of thick now?
Yeah,
that any player can get lost in the conversation.
Well, and you have 6 guys coming in. You're just not going to hype up every one of them. I mean, Sam making the All-American team, Aiden highlight films doing what he does, and David being local. I just think
there's just enough conversation to go around for everybody.
Yeah, why does Withers not get more credit?
And what do you think? You just think David Johnson is a better ball handler than Josh Nickelberry?
Well, yeah, and he just plays point guard. I mean, Nickelberry and David Johnson played. I think they either played against each other or played together in a few camps, and they were like, David was the point guard.
But didn't Nickelberry kind of drop because he'd been playing point guard instead of 2 guard?
Could be.
I mean, that's kind of the, the
Yeah. I mean,
campfire
could be.
conversation.
He's not a point guard. Like that's not a shameful thing. It's not like Nickelberry can't get the ball and bring it up the court. He's a good player.
See, and the reason I asked is because I think these guys are like stem cells right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Sure.
they're so multifaceted that if you need Nickelberry and David Johnson to be able to run point. Again, I was making this point yesterday. When I showed up on campus, I couldn't get around the big man, which was a culture shock to me.
Oh, yeah.
To my crossover and my
it's like
jazz.
if you get a center pulled out on you in high school, you're like, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But when you're making that transition, when you get on campus, then you realize you can't go around Damian Dancer like you thought you would be able to. These guys are fast. But here's the thing. The 6 months between getting on campus in May or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and October, 5 months, 4 months, whatever it is, if you said, Nickelberry, we're going to need you in point guard drills, like Rick Pitino style, individual point guard drills.
Yeah.
You don't think in that 6 months of dedicated operation in a college program, in the college system, because it's like the transition between college and pro when you have a lot more dedicated work to a position.
Sure.
Or do you think it's just genetically you have to have the mentality?
I just think
to
play in college, man, to play the point guard position. I mean, you have to be a point guard. You know what I mean? Like you have to be.
Or are you saying like to be tournament style?
Yeah.
Point
Like
guard.
you have to be a guy that's like. I mean, T. Will though. I mean, T. Will did it.
Kind of changed.
Kind of changed his game to be a little bit that he kind of started the point forward movement.
Right. Like
I mean, so is it possible? Yeah, is it possible that but his was predicated on his passing.
If you're coaching, would you start doing that? Would you start trying to groom more to the point on any of them? Or would you, because here's the thing, I like what David Johnson does kind of at the 2 guard spot, the rebound, the rebounding, the being in the mix of the game rather than point guard. Distributor guy, even though he can pass that ball.
Yeah, see, that's what I say, David. But David's got the size, though. I mean, he's 6'5", 6'6". I mean, he's got the size to put him out on the wing. But I think David's a guy though that wants the ball in his hands. He wants to be the guy up top that has the ball, setting the offense. And that's a mentality.
So you think day one, Darius, and Fresh Kimball are being point guards?
Yeah.
In open run.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. I think that's what you'll see, man. And I mean,
speaking of, do you think Darius's point guard skill is going to change?
I don't know, because Darius has such that weird Russ Smith thing where it almost feels like Darius doesn't necessarily want to be the guy dribbling the ball, setting it up. He wants to score.
Right.
So
or make something happen. Like
that's why I want David to now it's a two-edged sword for Darius, because I'm not sure Darius can make it in the league without being point guard guy.
Yeah, a true Patrick Beverly point.
Right. But the problem is though is if for selfish reasons for the Louisville team, I want David to work out at point guard, because then I think that Darius now can be what he is. I mean, he
can play a little wilder.
Yeah, and you can say, dude, just be the scorer. Be the guy
and reach on defense.
You see,
like when he's your point guard, he can't reach.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, but Darius in his true form is the first 3 minutes of the Kentucky game. I mean,
yeah, because I always said that him working with Christian Cunningham every day.
Yeah,
you're not a Christian Cunningham type point guard, but you picked up Christian Cunningham habits that aren't, you're too explosive to pick up his habits.
But I think the full attitude of the team will help Darius this year, because this is going to be the first dog-eat-dog team I think he's really played on.
Since high school.
Yeah. Yeah, where it's I mean, because even
AAU is what I mean.
Well, sure, yeah. But even the battles between Aiden and Steve and Malik, I mean, and just those battles will bring battles out in different positions. I mean, if Jordan and Sam and Sutton, and Nickelberry are going at each other's throats, then the point guards are going to go at each other's throats.
I tell you what, Brian, we got to do this. We got to take this commercial break. We got to make sure we got this thing on schedule. Middays with Marcus Baby. Quick commercial break. 8150 939 is the number on 939 The Ville.
Are you ready to sell your home? Well, there couldn't be a better time. Houses are going for top dollar and selling quickly. You need to call Jill Blessinger with Keller Williams. She has a team of professionals that will help you sell your home quickly and get the most for it. She is a professional home stager and photographer. And when you're ready to buy, she works with Becky Bleemel of Caliber Home Loans. She makes the loan process very simple. And if you mention you heard this on Middays with Marcus Maven or ESPN, your appraisal is absolutely free. So give Jill a call today at 502-773-0546. That's 502-773-0546. And let her help you today.
The meat's genius at Papa John's, who decided to put their barbecue meats and pizza together.
Yeah, who do you love?
I told you, the genius who made barbecue meats pizza and barbecue chicken and bacon pizza, just $12 each for a large.
Yeah, who do you love?
Okay, settle down. Fall in love for yourself with our barbecue pies, just $12 each for a large. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. At participating U.S. stores, taxes and delivery fee extra.
So, Steve, what do you think about Billette Scorns and Sons Collision Centers, man?
Let me just say, I had a friend who totally ruined his car. They got him taken care of quick, efficiently, and out the door.
Family owned and operated for over 70 years, Ed Scorns is the leader in auto repair technology and technician training. Do not let just anyone repair your vehicle. It's your choice. Tell your insurance company you're taking your vehicle to Bill Ed Scorns and Sons Collision Centers. There are 2 locations, Bardstown Road and Shelbyville Road in Middletown. Or call us at 491-BODY or visit us at etscorns.com. That's ETSCORNS.com.
Hey guys, it's Luke Hancock. It's tough to know who to trust when it comes to getting work done on your roof. That's why I'm here to tell you about Greg Morris and his team at Roof Systems of Louisville. They're GAF certified, they work with all insurance companies, and they're the home of the Lifetime Roofing System. Here's the thing. They offer free inspections, so have them come out and see how much damage any storm has done to your roof in the last few years. You may be eligible for an insurance claim. Plus, we've made it easy to find them. Go to lukesroof.com or call 450-ROOF. When you call, mention my name and you'll get an extra $500 off. That's lukesroof.com or 450-ROOF.
Hey, this is Steve Rummage, and I have one question for you. What good is having that beautiful home with that beautiful view if you can't see through the grit and grime of your windows? Or every time you try to open them, it feels like an extensive workout. Let's face it, you and your home deserve better. That's why I'm here to tell you about Windows Plus. They have the best free lifetime transferable warranty, best installation in town, quality products, doors, windows, siding, and gutters. They've also been voted most efficient in 2019 and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, including all 5-star reviews, which means they're exactly what you've been looking for. So go visit them at 11501 Plantside Drive in Louisville, Kentucky, or call 502-494-0120. Again, that's Windows Plus, so make the call.
No matter what your profession, energy is a major ingredient to success in your field or on the court in the case of U of L women's basketball coach Jeff Walls.
You've got to come with energy every single day, no matter if it's a practice or on the phone with recruits. There's really no time for rest. And 25 Again has given me that ability to stay at the top of my game.
And not just on the job, but when it's time to have energy for your family.
As a father of 4 and a husband, 25 Again has given me the energy that I thought I was losing. Coming home from a long day at work and getting ready to play with the kids, I just felt like I was exhausted. And now they were able to show me where I was deficient with my numbers and my levels. And with that, they were able to put a plan in place to help me get my energy levels back.
Visit 25again.com today.
Are you looking for a job in the lawn care industry? Bosch Lawn Care is looking for individuals experienced with landscaping and lawn care. We're looking for crew supervisors as well as lawn care and landscaping and lawn care technicians. who are skilled and motivated.
With a competitive starting pay and a rewarding career outdoors, Bosch Lawn Care has an opportunity for you. Call us now to schedule an interview at 833-243-8288 or visit us online at BoschLawnCare.com. That's BAISCH LawnCare.com. Professional, affordable Bosch Lawn Care.
It's that good Berno's pizza. Good taste, happy face, your place, my place. What's gonna make you happy? It's the smile I see on your face. It's that good, yes it is, and we deliver it. Oh, 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 taste is fun, yes it is, we guarantee it. Yeah.
Beer made right here in Louisville. Great Flood Brewing has long supported U of L, and we can't wait to see what the future holds. Visit the Great Flood Tap Room on Bardstown Road to see all that we have to offer. As always, visit us at greatfloodbrewing.com and follow our story at Great Flood Beer on social media. Thanks to 93.9 for being the best dang station in the city, but you knew that already. Go Cards.
I said Great Flood like 5 times. Think I got it?
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
Middays with Marcus.
Maybe you got a little drunk last night.
39 The Ville is broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services Studio. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. People, I see you holding on. I see you waiting. I'm in the waiting pattern too. We may be getting big boy today.
Well, if we do, it'll be next week. It's not, I mean, it happens.
It's not full big boy territory, but
when you deal with the caliber
of guests that we're working with,
we work with, sometimes you
give it a pass.
You get the, it'll be next week. It'll be next week.
You just have to say, hey, cool.
And
although my millions of fans were really excited about it.
And if he shows up at 11:45, we'll just have to go over for 30 minutes.
We
or
will
so.
definitely, people, don't worry.
Yeah.
If he's a late show, we will bully whoever comes on the show after us.
Yeah.
So, Steve, okay, we can just
But
clean
we
up.
will get that interview. We will get that interview.
Right.
Regardless,
Let's just clean up with some of the conversation we had during the break. I mean, these are the local goings on. You watched the Raptors Warriors last night. Were you extremely shocked with the result, or what did you think about that?
Oh, the Warriors are going to win. I mean, it's I mean, the Warriors are going to win the series,
right?
Let's not get carried away.
This is not just an on the road game one kind of. What do you think?
No, I think that
Drake's in their head.
No, that stuff's ignorant. I like what Draymond said. A reporter asked him a question yesterday. He's like, "Do you got anything about basketball?
That wasn't a scuffle.
This isn't entertainment. Come on."
And you know what I don't like? I don't like the camera angles they're using that makes Drake look like he's in his face and they're evenly matched.
I did feel see, I agree with that. Now, I did like that yesterday. I think the TV channels are starting to cut to him less.
Right.
Like the NBA, you can tell, is making a concerted effort, I think, now to not make him part of the game. If he was part owner or something, then it is what it is.
And that little double seat, man.
You're a fan, and at the end of the day, I think that the Raptors have a shot if they can get if they can go up 3-1 when Durant's back. Durant's supposed to be back game 4.
What is Durant thinking? Okay. I watched him go into the locker room.
Yeah.
And I watched Kevin Durant being Mr. Heads up guy. Keep your heads up. Inside, Steve, how pumped it was Kevin Durant that they got busted. Because if they sweep Toronto, dude, we don't need Kevin Durant. You're officially a freeloader if this doesn't happen.
I mean, I think, I don't know.
And I'm talking about I don't think so, but I think the narrative is kind of like, dude.
I think Durant already knows. Look, I'm either going here, I'm going to L.A. As far as probably the Clippers, or I'm going to New York.
You don't think how this season goes? It doesn't matter to him at all.
You think New York? You think the money goes down on New York at all if the Warriors bust the Raptors? You think New York's not paying the same amount of money?
I think Kevin Durant's status does. If they're up 2-0.
Yeah, but if you've already made your mind up on, and I'm not a Warriors or necessarily a Kevin Durant fan, but if you've made your mind up already that I'm not giving Durant credit until, or you've already said, no, he's awesome. Like, or you're me, who has kind of done the same thing with Durant that I've done with LeBron, where I'm starting to now come back around where I'm like, he's just so, I mean, I can't just keep hating. I'm just not a hater at heart.
Right,
so
right.
As much as I've hated and hated and hated, I'm like, he's incredible. I can't just keep sitting here hating on this man. Like,
and that's when you came around on Durant.
And if you've already made your mind up that I'm not impressed with him until he goes to New York and wins it, what's his status? You know, I mean, what's my status? You've made your mind up one way or the other. So I don't think he necessarily.
So there's no changing.
There may be a little piece of him. I mean, as there would with anybody, that deep down you feel like, well, it does feel good that they ain't good when I'm not there.
They're getting busted.
Yeah,
right.
Everybody, you know, I mean, God, I went back and watched some football games the year after I graduated from Bullitt Central, and you're like, there's a little piece of you that wants to be like, oh, they get a big win.
So how did they do?
They weren't bad.
They weren't bad. Just enough to get your attention.
But I will say this: when I was there my senior year, I mean, we had there was me and another guy that were Division I, and we had some other good seniors. I don't want to offend anybody if they're listening,
right?
But the class under us was pretty good,
right?
So I was like, they're gonna be pretty good,
but,
man.
But you can't have them going and running.
But you still lost all state, you know. I mean, like, so I can't have y'all going out and just tearing it up
and win a
it's
state tournament.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, I was pretty dang good,
right?
You know, like, so yeah, I'm sure, but no, I don't think it matters. Now, I do think that if the Raptors can get, if at the end of Game 4 the Raptors are up 3-1,
right?
Then yeah, they're there.
Well, let me ask you this. Speaking of changeable and non-changeable opinions, there was some other news that kind of broke. We really didn't get a chance to talk about, but it was local story, and everybody else was all over it. R.J. Hampton. I kind of took a selfish bow about the conversation of R.J. Hampton because it was right. You know, remember I was talking about the Zion Williamson. Like
I heard a lot of that show.
People need to realize that overseas basketball is becoming more of an option than you thought before. And again, if you know guys, if you look at Russ Smith's Instagram, if you look at Peyton Stevens' Instagram, if people ahead of you, if you start paying attention, now with your social media, you can see they're actually having fun. There's actual clubs and restaurants and places that
well, I thought your point, I think it was you that said it. I was listening on the way down, and I think it was you said that the point you made was, no, these top leagues are where the NBA guys go to vacation.
Oh yeah, right.
Like
where
top leagues,
where Brian Bowen is.
They're not in the Gaza Strip,
right?
You know,
right?
like
you go where Brian Bowen plays his basketball.
Yeah,
you know, is where hey baby, let's get out of the country.
Yeah, let's go there for a while. Like that's where these guys are playing.
Yeah, where Rick is.
Yeah, right.
People go there to vacation and drink wine.
Yeah.
What about Rick getting mad about the smokers in the building? Did he take that fight overseas?
That's Rick, man.
Right?
That's Rick, yeah.
When you saw that, did you just laugh and like?
I laughed, but I'm like, I mean, not wrong, but I mean the culture's different over there.
Right.
I mean, I would be like, dude, good Lord.
You can't smoke in here.
I'm trying to play.
My worst moment, my worst experience was when I was walking through the mall, through the little mall. It's like a strip mall, but kind of it's a mall with a grocery store in it. So that kind of threw me off, right? But anyway, I'm leaving the grocery store, walking through the mall in France. I see, okay, we've got practice maybe at 3 o'clock. It's about 12:50, right? I see my center in those middle little seating sections in the middle of the mall drinking a coffee and smoking a cigarette, Steve. An hour and 50 minutes before practice, my center is drinking coffee and smoking a cigarette. You know what was the worst part about it? He had his legs crossed and he had the coffee in that typical European pose.
And just looked like so uppity, and you're like,
I was going to Iron Sheik Russian sickle him off the back of that chair. Dude, are you we just got busted. You in the mall, in the public mall, smoking a cigarette and drinking coffee with your legs crossed. And he had on jeans and a little tight shirt. And I'm just like, I'm going home. Right? I want to get back home around some real basketball players.
These dudes aren't. Yeah, I know.
Right? Like you're not a basketball player.
Right. No, yeah, but it's different. It's different. So yeah, no, I wasn't blown away though. That's Rick.
Oh, okay. RJ Hampton.
Yeah.
RJ Hampton decides he's gonna go get that money overseas. Sure. But the word is that he had already had the deal in place. Now first point I want to make is deal in place doesn't mean signed deal. Right?
Right. And that's a difference.
And when I heard it, I also thought, are we talking about, hey, let me wait and see if any other offers come up? Mm-hmm. And we're talking about a kid that's going to college. And you know what I mean when I say offers, people. Like I'm sorry, but let's not. The LSU coach has been talking about we made a good offer to the smart kid.
Yeah.
So at the very least, there's at least one LSU coach out there who makes offers that may be able to maybe not compete financially, but an offer that might get somebody to change their mind.
Didn't he have a press conference this week too?
Oh, snuck that right on in.
Where he was kind of like, well, I am an aggressive recruiter. That could be taken the wrong way. Okay. And we're good.
It makes you sick to your stomach.
I know. Yeah. I am kind of aggressive in recruiting. Yeah. You think?
Right? And you're getting away with that aggression.
Yeah.
Okay, so RJ Hampton, media reaction is he owes the coaches more honesty on he's already, thinking about going overseas.
Well, I don't agree with that at all. I think that coaches can, I don't know. I mean, coaches can up and leave. I mean, what about the kids that, and I don't mean this negatively towards the coaches, because I think
did you feel Brom owed it to his all-star football player to stay at Purdue?
No, he felt that way. I don't think so. I mean, no, I got a better job offer.
You think he felt obligated?
Yeah, I think he probably did. I think he probably did, and kudos to him for that. I hope you lose every game, but I don't care. You can get mad at that if you want. But I just think that it's a business. Like, that's the problem.
Total business.
Because while I always side with the players, and I'm always like player, because I was a player.
Do you side with the business side though?
Yes.
Because college is still college.
I do.
Unless you're going to commit to the business side.
I do, because in the same breath, a coach is still a man or a woman. I was saying a man, but a man or a woman that has a family. And is it their responsibility to turn down more money to help their family? No. Now, should the NCAA then allow the kids to maybe open up? Maybe you can make some rules there. Sure.
Right. You mean balance out the power structure?
Yeah. So, but no, it's not a kid. I mean, Beeline didn't know those kids. I mean, think about it. You're committed. You're signed. You're going to Michigan. Everything's good. All right. Beeline's here. Boom. All right. What is it? May something? Oh, coach is gone. I'm about to move in. Like,
jeez.
You know what I'm saying? Like, well, now I don't know if I want to go there. Now, I think with Juwan Howard, most of them would probably say, "Oh, that's cool. I'll stick around." But I mean, like, oh, maybe I don't. Yeah, right. But now that was a little different situation. Like, you're coming off. I mean, you knew that was coming. But yeah, I mean, you don't owe that to them. I don't think so. So vice versa, the player don't. Now, and another thing I will say, I saw a few people immediately jump on. They're like, "Oh, well, how'd that work out for Terrence Ferguson and Brandon Jennings and there was another Emmanuel Mudiay?" Well, 2 of them went top 10.
Right.
You tell me.
Jennings was balling for a little bit. He's a guard.
I know.
Like, it's hard to stay relevant as a guard.
Terrence Ferguson went top 20 and is still in the league. Brian Bowen is going to get drafted this year. Probably second round, but he's going to get picked.
I'm amazed at that one. He looked so uncomfortable last year. I am literally amazed that he just went overseas, got right back in his draft.
Well, did he get right? Or did he go overseas and just look good and made some money?
Did he participate in 5-on-5s?
I think so. I didn't watch him though.
He did enough to,
or he didn't, or he coasted, because now you have film from overseas.
So you think that?
But I'm gonna play just so you see that as bad as I looked last year. Well, now you're not gonna notice me,
right?
Because I'm gonna coast. But you got film now. You know what I'm saying?
Good,
so like,
good overseas.
He could have done that. I'm not accusing him of that. He could have done that. But the point is, the overseas route isn't a dead end,
right?
Like some people want you to believe. I'm not saying I want to see it. I think kids should be able to go pro. I got buddies. I got a buddy who's one of the better roofers at roofing companies, and hopefully I'm talking about him a little more before long.
Right.
He's incredible. That didn't finish college, didn't have a college degree, but there's multiple trades that don't. So I don't know that. The NBA. Why? I don't know.
It's just tougher on the NBA. They got to open up their scouting. They got to open up their bag of tricks. They got to put in more work. Those NBA scouts don't want to be sitting around in high school gyms, and I think that's the benefit of them not opening that door a lot more.
Well, and again, I think that's all going to be negated here in another year or two when kids can go straight out of high school. So that will kind of.
People, I'm trying to save the show. I'm trying to cut the slack. Brian, let's do one more quick.
Raymond James. As much
Check, please. I'm starting to punt, Steve. I'm starting to feel like I have to punt on this one. But the question is, Steve, what do we do? This is probably I've probably had about 3 of these in all my years in the radio. 150 939 3831 939. You can hit us on the text line. What is the appropriate punishment for a no call, no show? Keep in mind, people, it's a big time guest. So Steve and I, normally we'd be calling this guy all kind of names, right, under our breath and to each other, and
sure,
they're gonna do it again. But you can't do that with this level of guest. What kind of punishment do you got lined up?
Well,
or do we just put him in debt?
No, I think we're gonna put him in debt, and then on top of that, we're going to bring him on the show, and then we're gonna
wait a minute. We're not going to like say no. Because here's the thing. Said person was as excited to be on the show as I was to have them on the show.
Sure.
Had they not responded with the level of excitement that they responded, I would be feeling like, oh, I got blown off on this one.
Yeah.
Texter Jeff Ruby's is an awesome idea. Said person should be treating us to Jeff Ruby's.
I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
So we don't bash him. We don't spit. Look at this jackass. Look at he's doing the hotline bling dance over there. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Why do you have Steph Curry tattooed on your arm? Do you see he had a band around his arm to cover up the tattoos?
Yeah. He's pathetic. It really is pathetic.
That's pathetic.
I know.
Who we got on there? Oh, yeah, I saw the phone light up.
Yeah, no, but yeah, no, I think something along. I was just saying, I'll just come on here and you just send nasty. We're gonna say, okay, now everybody send hate text in of like moments from this man's career or something or whatever, of moments where he screwed up.
A highlight film of all bad stuff.
Yep.
Put out on We Are Made for the Ville, the YouTube channel.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's pretty mean.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know.
No, I think that's the way to go. Like
study's a relative. Nate.
Just saying.
Let's just go straight to it. Bill Escorns and Sons Collision Center gives us. Nate, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away. What's going on, Nate?
Hey, Marcus, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm chilling.
I'm kin to you, man. Ain't you from Clarksville, Tennessee?
You know I am.
Yeah. Herbert Willis, he was kin to you. And Martha.
I got a big family. You put me on the spot here.
Yeah, I've been trying to get on your line for months and Sundays, but I finally figured that out, the number. And my wife sent you at the J. Mount Brown.
Yes, I did talk to her. Yep, she said she was going to put us in contact with each other. That's a fact.
Yeah,
I do remember.
I was telling her, I said, he's related to me. He's a hell of a ball player too, man.
Well, listen, I appreciate that. So what do you think about Jordan Wara?
Oh, they're going to have a whip this year. They're gonna get down.
I'm listening.
If they beat Kentucky, they'll win the national championship. That's what I'm predicting.
Wait, why do you say that? Because you think that's the only mental hurdle?
If they beat, I don't know why they can't beat Kentucky. If they beat Kentucky, they'll win the national championship. Mark my words on it. I'm a basketball freak.
well, Nate, I'm gonna make sure Brian gives you my number, and I'll definitely give you a call when we get out of here.
Yeah, do that. Do that.
Appreciate you calling. See what I'm saying? Listen, I got family everywhere, Brian.
Yeah.
Steve?
Yeah.
Wipe that smirk off your face.
No, I'm just.
That happens often.
I imagine.
I have a big family.
Yes. Yes.
But what do you think about the if you beat Kentucky mental hurdle championship?
There's a little something.
I was gonna say that's not a bad little take.
I think there's a little something to that. Believe it or not, yeah.
I expected him to actually discuss the punishment.
Yeah.
That we're gonna be divvying out.
Yeah, which we are. I think a lot of people like the low lights.
The low lights idea.
Yeah.
What What if said party says I'm still on West Coast time?
That's fair. I'll say that's fair.
Is it? That sounds like a terrible excuse that I would use. Huge hot take. Yeah, listen. Beat Kentucky and you're going to win the national championship.
There's more to that discussion than I would just laugh it off. Than for me to be able to laugh it off. Because as much as I hate to say it, I say, well, yeah. I mean, that's
Okay, well, just kind of throw a little nugget at the end of the show. Do you think there's pressure on Coach Mack after last year?
To what?
Kentucky pressure.
No, because where would pressure come from? It's not like if Rick had beat them 10 times, then yes. Now there's pressure. 'Cause now I'm like, well, wait a minute, dude. So I ain't going to turn around and start losing all the time.
So that's just like Virginia pressure.
No, yeah, that pressure's all on Cal.
This was way before you, Coach.
Yeah, like there's something.
They've had our number.
There's higher things at play here
that you just don't know about.
You. The only thing you could do is break it. You know.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, last year went exactly like it did when Rick went here. It looked like we got in the game and everybody crapped the bed. You're like, wow, that's the same game I've been watching for 12 years. Interesting. So yeah.
So you don't really get too angry at those pot shots that come out.
No, I mean I don't like losing to them, but basketball. Actually, losing to them in football is a little more irritating.
Yeah.
Basketball, it's like, dude, they're usually good. Yes, and you're kind of immune to it now. And I was like, oh, why did it beat you? Okay. Now Matt goes and beats them 6 times in a row, and then you lose one. You're gonna be like, oh,
I just need to lose one. Win one.
Yeah. Just get them.
Just get them.
I mean, this year would be nice in Rupp. Yeah, I'd like to get one in Rupp because we haven't got one in Rupp since T-Will and them. Right?
Me. No excuse for a no call, no show. Twitter.
Ouch.
People are laughing.
I know.
Listen, sometimes you're the hammer and sometimes you're nail. You know what it makes me think about? All those times that I was late.
Yeah.
Over the course of my life, or something happened, like I couldn't make an event or something like that. Like, dang.
Yeah, I know.
Is this a little bit of
this how you feel? Like, wow, that hurts.
That was stings.
Yeah.
A bit.
Like, ouch.
And after the week has been so awesome for my dismount to be a no call, no show, Steve, does that mean that the Enoch news and
I'll trade it. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll
take
to
this.
the week.
I'll take this all day. Yeah.
Look, Texter, listen, you're laughing at yourself for waiting all show. Imagine how giddy we were. We listen, trust me. Anybody who waited for the special guest, you don't feel as bad as we do.
But we will make it up.
We will definitely make it up. I might, you know what? I might 2-for-1 you next week. Like,
I think we can do that.
Brian, let's call it a wrap, man.
I think we can do that. We can 2-for-1 it next week.
We got to do something.
Yeah.
We owe y'all.
We'll make it up next week.
We owe y'all one. Maybe we'll do a Saturday night show or something from Fiesta time.
I like that. That's a good idea.
Right? I'll pack the camera up. We'll give you some outside content. That was a fun week.
What a week, man.
I know.
You're a freaking top 5 team on everywhere but ESPN. ESPN thinks you're 10th, but everybody else in the world.
They didn't put us at 10th.
Yeah. Everybody else on the planet.
Because they hadn't got the news yet?
Maybe.
I will text her. I called him last week. You know what that is? Read that top one. Read that top text out loud, Steve. Say it on the microphone.
Get Ootsy.
Say that loud and clear, Steve.
Get Ootsy.
You know who that is?
I don't.
Middays with Marcus Maben. People.
We could get Reese.
Laugh at Steve. Steve has no idea who Ootsy is. Can you believe that?
Somebody said I told 5 friends to tell 5 friends.
Sorry about that, 5 friends to 5 friends. Steve Rummage does not know. Don't look at the text line anymore, Steve.
Okay.
He doesn't know who Ootsy is. Steve.
I'm out.
The world is so disappointed in you right now.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Brian Hall, you know who Ootsy is?
No idea.
You two
no clue.
are unreal. Tag Steve Rummage. Tag Brian Hall. Go to Twitter.
Okay.
America. Tell these gentlemen who Uzi is.
Yeah.
As always, 8150-939 is the number. 3831-939 is the text line. We are Made for the Villas, the YouTube channel on 93.9.